There are athletes who are remembered for their numbers, for the records they break and the statistics they pile up. And then there are athletes who are remembered for something more. The way they move people, the way they make a city believe in itself, the way they carry their story as if it belongs to everyone who came before and everyone who will come after. Judea "JUJU" Watkins belongs firmly in that second category. Her story is one of raw talent meeting resilience, of youthful brilliance colliding with deep-rooted loyalty, and of a city finding its reflection in a girl who has become its pride. JUJU is not just a basketball player. She is a cultural figure, a community ambassador, and the face of a new generation of women's basketball. To understand JUJU, one must go back to where it all started, Los Angeles. South Central LA has produced its share of stars across music, sports, and culture. But it is also a place of struggle and perseverance, a place where opportunities don't always come easy, where dreams must be defended as fiercely as they are pursued. JUJU grew up in this world, surrounded by both challenges and inspiration. She did not just play basketball for fun. She played because it became her outlet, her sanctuary, her way to channel her energy into something bigger. The local gyms and neighborhood courts became the stage where her gifts were first noticed. From an early age, people around her could see she was special. She wasn't just quicker or stronger than other kids. She had an instinct, an understanding of the game that seemed almost innate. Her handle was sharp, her vision clear, her ability to score uncanny. She could blow by defenders, pull up from mid-range, knock down the three, or find an open teammate with a pass that looked effortless. Watching JUJU even as a middle schooler felt like watching someone destined for the highest levels of the sport. But JUJU's rise was not simply the product of natural ability. It was shaped by countless hours of work, by a family that believed in her, and by a community that both challenged and fueled her. Her parents instilled in her the values of discipline and humility, teaching her that talent means nothing without effort and character. They stood by her at tournaments, practices, and games, cheering the loudest but also reminding her that who she was off the court mattered just as much as what she did on it. By the time she entered Sierra Canyon High School, JUJU was already making waves as one of the top prospects in her class. Sierra Canyon itself was a magnet for attention, a school known for producing basketball stars, a place where celebrity met competition, where the gyms were filled with cameras and fans eager to catch a glimpse of the next great player. And JUJU thrived on that stage. At Sierra Canyon, she didn't just play, she dominated. Night after night, she put on performances that left crowds in awe. She was the go-to scorer, the lockdown defender, the emotional leader. She could score 40 points and still come back the next possession with the same intensity on defense. Her competitive fire burned hot, but it was never selfish. She wanted to win, but she wanted to win the right way, with her teammates, for her school, and for her city. The accolades soon followed. National Player of the Year, McDonald's All-American, consensus #1 recruit in the country. Every ranking, every honor confirmed what fans had already seen with their own eyes. JUJU Watkins wasn't just good, she was generational. Yet what made her decision after high school so striking was how grounded it was. In an era when many top recruits seek out powerhouse programs across the country, JUJU stayed home. She chose USC, a program that had once been legendary but had faded from prominence in recent decades. It was a bold choice, one that spoke volumes about who she was. Choosing USC wasn't just about basketball. It was about loyalty, about lifting up her city, about giving her community a team to rally behind. She could have gone to UConn, to South Carolina, to Stanford, programs with championship pedigrees and established infrastructures. But JUJU wanted something different. She wanted to build something of her own, to revive USC's proud tradition, to prove that greatness could grow right where she was planted. Her arrival at USC was nothing short of a seismic event. The Galen Center began to buzz with energy that hadn't been felt in years. Tickets sold. Fans filled the stands. And from the moment she stepped onto the floor, JUJU delivered. Her debut was a spectacle. 32 points, fearless drives, big-time shot-making, and a presence that demanded attention. Game after game, she didn't just live up to the hype, she redefined it. She shattered USC's single-season scoring record as a freshman, consistently dropping 20, 30, even 40 points against some of the toughest competition in college basketball. She carried herself with a confidence that felt earned, with a composure that belied her age. But more than the numbers, what stood out was how she made people feel. USC wasn't just winning games, it was becoming a movement again. Families, kids, longtime fans, they all packed the arena, hoping to see JUJU. She played with flair, with joy, with fire. She played like she belonged, like she had always belonged, and in doing so, she inspired a new generation of young players who saw in her a reflection of what was possible. JUJU's impact cannot be measured only in points or wins. It is also in the way she carries herself. In interviews, she speaks with humility, crediting her teammates and coaches. She talks about her city, about wanting to represent where she comes from. She understands the weight of being a role model, and she embraces it. For every little girl in Los Angeles dribbling a basketball in a driveway or on a cracked blacktop court, JUJU is proof that you can rise from the neighborhood and shine on the biggest stage without losing yourself. And make no mistake, JUJU Watkins is not just a star of college basketball. She is already one of its most important figures. In a time when women's sports are finally receiving more recognition, JUJU is part of the wave of athletes leading the charge. Alongside names like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Buchers, she has helped make women's college basketball a must-watch event, drawing headlines, television ratings, and passionate fan bases. But JUJU brings something distinct, an authenticity rooted in her community, a swagger that feels unmistakably Los Angeles, and a game that is as versatile as it is electrifying. Her style reflects her city. There's creativity in her handle, toughness in her drives, flair in her finishes. She is as much an entertainer as she is a competitor, and that duality has made her magnetic. Los Angeles has always been a city that values stars who embody both skill and showmanship, and in JUJU, the city has found its perfect representative. Looking to the future, the possibilities are endless. The WNBA is in her path, and the league is eagerly awaiting her arrival. International basketball, too, will give her a stage to showcase her gifts. But even now, as just a young player at USC, JUJU is rewriting narratives. She has already proven that women's basketball belongs in the spotlight. She has already proven that you don't need to leave home to become a legend. And she has already proven that the next generation of stars can inspire millions while still being grounded in their roots. Perhaps what makes JUJU Watkins' story so compelling is how much of it feels both inevitable and miraculous at the same time. It was inevitable that a player with her talent would rise to prominence. But it is miraculous that she has carried her community with her so authentically, that she has remained so grounded while ascending so high, that she has managed to shoulder the weight of expectations and still play with pure joy. In years to come, when people look back at this era of basketball, JUJU's name will be carved into its history. She will be remembered not just as a scorer, not just as a champion, but as a symbol of what happens when talent meets purpose, when a city embraces its own, and when a young woman refuses to be anything less than herself. JUJU Watkins is Los Angeles. She is the rhythm of the city in motion, the pride of a community reborn, the fire of a generation that refuses to be overlooked. She is a reminder that greatness can come from anywhere, and when it does, it can light up the world. Her story is still being written, but already, it is a story worth celebrating, worth honoring, worth remembering. Because JUJU isn't just playing basketball. She's changing it. She's redefining what it means to be a star, to be a leader, to be an icon. And in doing so, she is leaving an imprint that will last long after the final buzzer sounds. Thank you for joining us in celebrating the remarkable journey of JUJU Watkins, a journey that is only beginning, yet already shaping the future of basketball. If her story inspired you, let her remind you that greatness is not just about talent but about courage, authenticity, and staying true to who you are. Like this video if her journey moved you, share it with others who believe in the power of women's sports, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another story of athletes who are rewriting history with every step they take.